Us have experienced some sort of life-altering experience, and for my next guest, that personal journey has led him to become a writer, a stronger family man with a new respect for life. Joining me is Justo Lopez Jr. He is the author of the book, Ray of Hope. Justo, welcome to Latino Motion.
Gracias por tenerme.
And Justo, we're not related, but it's good to meet another Lopez, and you were inspired to write a book about a personal experience you had. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Well, I went fishing back in October 15, 2005 with a couple friends just to go have fun. And our boat sank. I was lost in the ocean for 8.5 hours. The journey began out of Fortescue, New Jersey. We went out there just to have fun, you know, like everybody does. They go out there to fish and have a good time. But then tragedy struck, and we were lost in the ocean. It was three of us: me, John Cortez, and Keith Dunn. May he rest in peace.
The three of you, and all three of you did make it.
We did make it. Yes.
Your partner later died of a heart attack.
Of a heart attack.
But
yes.
Let's talk about what happened that day and what you were going through.
Well, when the boat sank, the only thoughts on my mind were my family and my girlfriend at the time, which later on I married. There's a little funny story about how I got married to her. It was like 11:45, and she always asked me, "What's wrong? I'm not good enough to marry?" And that always stood in my head. So that day I decided I was going to ask her to marry me, and it was 11:45, and 15 minutes later the boat sank. So I guess the good Lord let me live so I could fulfill my promise to marry my wife now.
So obviously that was a very trying time, loss at sea. For that period of time, a lot of things were going through your mind. Tell me, I know you had, you were fortunate enough to get a life vest, weren't you?
I was, when I jumped into the boat started sinking at a rapid pace. So, John Cortez was able to pull out 3 life vests and throw them into the water before the boat sank completely. And I had the misfortune of getting the vest that was made for a little kid. So it didn't zipper up and it then clapped together, so I had to hold it like this for 8.5 hours and swim for my life. So anyway, we all 3 gathered together, and I had to tell John and Keith to leave because at least their vests were made for adults. So we got into a big argument, but they were able to take off, and I was left out there for 8.5 hours until I got rescued later on in the evening.
So obviously they went swimming to shore.
Yes.
You were about 5 miles away?
5 miles away into the bay, Delaware Bay.
So tell me what your thoughts were the first hour.
I was just in shock, asking God, how come, why me? Why is this happening? And then I thought about my family. I just had a brand new grandson, and I thought about my daughters, Jessica and Julie. And my oldest daughter at that time, me and her were not communicating. And I was just like wishing God to let me live so I could talk to my daughter and we could establish a new relationship and, you know, grow old together, because I love my kids.
And this was October
15th.
So it's almost 11 years ago.
Yes.
So the water temperature wasn't all that warm. That must have had an impact on you as well.
Yes, I was actually had like about 3 pair of pants on, pajamas, a couple of t-shirts, hoodies, but it was so cold that I just felt numb. But I had the adrenaline going, so my body just kept moving. I just kept moving for 8.5 hours. I ended up with black eyes because I kept punching myself in the face, so the hypothermia wouldn't kick in.
Yeah, a real struggle.
It was a battle.
Yeah.
It was. I don't wish this on nobody.
So not only the cold, the waves, obviously, and
the hypothermia. I was trying to sleep on the water. I also was able to grasp on a pole that was sticking out of the middle of the ocean, because there's a place called the Sticks out in Fortescue. So I was able to hold on to one of those. And as I was doing that, the waves took me underneath, and I cut my leg, and I cut it pretty good. And I remember that sharks can smell blood 3 miles away. So next thing I know,
The sharks.
I see sharks.
So obviously, this is a life-altering experience for you. You got married. You improved your relationship with your girls as well.
Yes, yes.
And you found a new respect for life.
I had nothing but joy for life.
So the book is called A Ray of Hope,
Yes, the Joseph Lopez Jr. story.
and it's available on
Amazon.com.
So it's a very interesting story. Thank you for sharing that with our
Thank you
audience.
for having me, Bert. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us at home once again here on Love to Emotion.
Got it.